Hello Namco Museum fans, and welcome to the Q&A special. In this special, I'll be answering every question you fans have. And the question today is, what are those robots you saw in the PlayStation 1 Namco Museum? That is a good question, and you'll be surprised of how much information I might give you. Now, let's get started. Let me take you back in the 80s. For those of you who do not know, Namco is well known for making robotics. The most notable robot was Yukisuke Kimachi, and that was a real robot. She served as a receptionist at Namco headquarters in Japan back in the 80s, and she appeared in Namco Museum Volume 1 through 5 on the PlayStation 1 era. I managed to recreate her from scratch for my Instagram account. And yes, you'll find my fan art on Instagram. However, this receptionist robot was not the only robot Namco made. There are other robots soon to follow. The next robot is Kyuji-kun. He was that little robot that roamed around Namco headquarters and giving out tea or other refreshments to other tourists. He appeared in Namco Museum Volume 4 as a records keeper. However, in Namco Museum Volume 3, Wagon was the records keeper. And here is something you might find interesting. And yes, there is a robot band. The robot band was called Robot Band Pick Pack. And yes, these are actual real robots. These are animatronic band players. They don't make songs, they synchronize with the orchestra. Yeah, laser discs are very common in Japan, same way in the United States. There are 9 band members soon to follow. Maria Socket was a keyboard player, and she is sometimes the singer. Digital Tome III was a guitar player. But looking at the guitar, which is seen on Namco Museum Volume 4, it looked like some sort of futuristic guitar. Strobo Gonzalez was the drum player. And judging by his appearance, he looked like some sort of giant buff robot or something. Maji Mantaro was the manager and probably the conductor. And the castanets, which are backup singers. And to be honest, they look like little robots with monitors in their stomachs. And I was hoping those robots, including the Pick Pack Band, the robot receptionist, and the tea serving robot, to show up in the new Namco Museum game I want Bandai Namco to create. Season 1 is the request videos. And I am about to make a request for Bandai Namco to use. Since I requested for the museum mode in the new Namco Museum on episode 10, I was hoping for new soundtrack, new characters, and also the old robots returning to this museum. Which gives me an idea. What if you actually play as one of those robots? That's when I came up with a new character. This fan character I created, which I want Bandai Namco to use for the new Namco Museum, was a new member of the Namco Museum robot staff. However, he was an intern whose task is to walk around the museum, fix up the exhibits, make sure the arcade games are running in order, and check up the library. I based the design off a construction worker. I used to be an intern at a hospital. That's all I can tell you about the robots. And I hope they made their return in the new Namco Museum games. There is a history about those robots, but I can't show you the video. But I can show you the name of what the name is, so you can type it out on YouTube. You might get a kick out of this video. There are a lot of stuff we Americans do not know. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you New Year's Day.